Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 12 of the Mountain Dew Live Wire Truck Series. We are here at Old Spice for 20 laps of racing. Hopefully, a lot better than the freaking part-timers race. We altered the settings up. Hopefully, the racing's a lot better. If it's kind of boring here at 105%, we're going to raise it to 107 for the Code Red Series race. So you got Tony Vieira and Benjamin Tilton on the front row. Nico Tringali, he's won 3 races this season. He won at Watkins Glen. Don't count him out of this race. He is in row 2 with Jim Morton the third. Zachary Fitzwater, Cameron Gadoo in row 3. Chris Carrano, Zachary Rogers row 4 with Philip Goldberg and Ace Rogers row 5. Michael Santos is still the points leader. He will start... Wow, where does he start? He starts 32nd, so not a good starting spot for him. Second in points, Chris Carrano is going to start 7th. Third in points, Zachary Fitzwater starts 5th. We talk Nico Tringali's 4th in points. He starts 3rd. And 5th in points, Caleb Hoffman will start 20th. So all the other guys in the top 5 in points starting ahead of Michael Santos. Michael Santos at the very, very bad luck of starting last today. And this is probably going to be another race where the points lead shrinks. Hey, if Tringali, Fitzwater, Carrano stay in the top 10, one of those 3 might be the new points leader. But we're going to get ready for some 20-lap racing here. Hopefully it's a lot better than the boring train streak race that we had in the part-timers. We'll get you to the green flag in a moment. I don't know if you guys can tell, we lowered the pacing speed from 50 to 35. That's why they're going a lot slower as they head around the hairpin. Green flag is out. They are on their way. Green flag is green. And they're 3 wide in the back. The watermark is lowered to the bottom left of the screen, so I don't even have to look at it anymore. But here we go. They're going through the first couple of turns. Tony Vieira in the lead. Benjamin Tilton, Nico Tringali, those are the top 3. Zachary Fitzwater in 4th. No sign of a wreck. You see Michael Santos is no longer in last, as they are 3 wide racing all over the place here. Looks like the racing might get better. Anyway, Tony Vieira is out front. He will lead the first lap here today. And they might end up going back to train racing. I don't know. We are racing at a new 105%. It'll be interesting if anybody gets any skills out of this. I do not think they're going to pit. It's a 1.5 mile track. You know that? But Tony Vieira looking for his first Truck Series win of the season. As Nico Tringali in 3rd. Zachary Fitzwater 4th. Chris Carrano 6th. All looking to gain points on Michael Santos, who is actually kind of gaining some ground right now. He's up to 30th. Doing the best he can to make that damage less as possible, as Caleb Hoffman has fallen to 22nd. And Alan Cavanero getting a bit of a run here. Look at him diving into the turn. We altered the drag and we altered some other stuff, so the drag and the decel value have changed, so they're dive bombing more now. As you can see right now, it looks like Nico Tringali might have the best truck out of the top 3. You see Jim Morton III trying to maybe battle with Zachary Fitzwater, and it looks like we do have battles all over here, so this could be a good race, as the drafting distance got lowered to 1.05. But it looks like Michael Santos is into 30th. He's trying to get by more people here, as Tony Vieira continues to lead 3 laps down, 17 to go. And let's look at the top 3 this last lap. Nico Tringali was not as fast. Tilton was the fastest out of the top 3. I'm not sure. It's going to be tough. It's tough to pass when you're all just racing in a train. I mean, Ace Rogers knows that. Look at Ace up in 10th behind his father, Zachary, who's running 9th. So you got 2 of the Zachary Rogers Racing drivers right there. As Zachary Rogers is actually not going to be racing in the truck series next season. Driving that 31 truck instead is going to be Sam Rogers, currently in the 28. Ace will return in the 33. And Jim Morton III will be in the 23, so the only open truck right now is the 20. Unknown who's going to race that right now. As it looks like we do have battles, you can see. They go high when they're trying to pass somebody. Michael Santos still in 30th. He is clearly faster than the people in front of him. But it is tough to pass here. As you see, Caleb Hoffman back to 22nd. As now we're mostly running in a train as people are looking, drivers are looking for the right line to maybe make a pass. So you can see how much they dive bomb into this turn here. Tony Vieira still leads. He just put down his best lap of the race. And the best out of the top 10. Now, let's ride on board with the 54, huh? As you see, Nico Tringali through that hairpin. As you can see, can't go full out on that turn there. I do find it interesting that they don't try to just cut the turn all the way down. Maybe a line modifier might do something there. We get rid of that. Woo! There's now Tilton and Tringali did run better laps that time, trying to catch Tony Vieira. They know they're better. You know, Tilton did win the Season 1 championship without winning the race, so he knows he's got to work for it. He is getting pretty good. He looks like he might be making some gains on the 6, but anytime the 54 gets close to the back of the 11, he has to go wide. There is Sam Rogers in the 28 this season. As we look through the back, ooh, Nick Pericles back up to 30th. Seems him and Michael Santos are going to have some battles, so you can pass here. It's just, do you have the better truck or not? As you see, Santos getting very close to the bumper of the 8. As they exit the turn up to lap number 8 now. So Tony Vieira in the lead. We're going to step aside for a little bit, and we'll be back for more racing action. We're back here at Old Spice, and you just saw Tilton had to go wide. Now Nico Tringali close on his bumper. As, wow, Nick Pericles trying to dial it in. He is trying to make some moves here. But, you know, it is just tough to pass here at Old Spice. It is a fast track. Look, watch Chloe Baker here. Dives it in to get close to the 08's bumper. And you can keep that distance. It's just tricky to get in line enough to make a pass. But right now, I would say that Michael Santos might lose the points lead to Zachary Fitzwater or Chris Carando. They were two of the drivers under 30 points behind. Tringali is 42 back. But I think we could see Fitzwater or Carando take the points lead after today's race. About to be 10 laps to go here. And Tony Vieira has pretty much been able to hold off any charges. The fastest lap goes to Chloe Baker in the 17 truck. And she's in 13th. That's back racing right there, guys. I don't know how you could run a fast lap all the way back there. And speaking of Chloe Baker, she's under fire from Emily Brooks. Or she was. You see Tringali is all over the back bumper of the 11. Now he's going high here. And he might try to get a run on him. It's very tough to do here. You see Jim Morton III ran a better lap than Zachary Fitzwater last time by. But right now, Tony Vieira is pulling away as Tilton is having to deal with Tringali. But outside of that, the top 5 drivers last time was Tony Vieira and Jim Morton III. Let's see who we get this time. All right, 319, Tilton. Wow, Jim Morton III and Fitzwater were the 2 fastest, along with Tilton. Tringali and Vieira running in the 48.3s. These guys were running in the 48.2s. You see Cameron Gaddu ran 48.2. Look at Philip Goldberg ran a 48.1. Same for Zachary Rogers. Pretty much that was a 48.2 though. So we got two Brad Keselowski drivers here. Colby Alves in 17th and Peter Sands in 18th. And there's been not many people signing up for the Truck Series race. I might throw the link in the description of the next race because I really have not been getting any comments, and I've had 2 or 3 people that have not responded to comments. And hey, if you don't respond, you might just not get a ride. And now we've got problems here. Look at this. Corrando is losing spots, and I think Jim Morton III might have a problem. Jim Morton III has slowed up big time, and it cost Chris Corrando. Something happened to the 23. And now Jim Morton III losing positions. Corrando fell back, and that's going to allow Gaddu to move up to 5th. Goldberg will move up to 6th, and Corrando will fall to 7th. But I think Jim Morton III went into the pits. Yes, he did. Jim Morton III on pit road. And I didn't see him hit anything. Well, let's take a small look here and see what happened to the 23. We're back live with 6 to go. And I don't know, Jim Morton III must have just had problems getting through the gears. Corrando did get a shove from Cameron Gaddu to move out of the way. As now Chloe Baker's up to 11th. That's interesting. But now Jim Morton III running a little ahead of the leaders. Back out on track in 30 seconds, so his good run is gone. Here are the top 4. Tony Vieira still leading. Corrando back to 7th. But yeah, the 99 just got close to the 94 and gave him a shove out of the way. And that's probably what it's going to take here. 5 laps to go. Tilton, if Tilton wants to win, he's going to have to give the 6 truck a shove. He is faster. Out of the top 4 here, Tilton had the fastest lap last time by. So Tilton's just got to start getting aggressive, braking later. The tough break for Jim Morton III. He's running better lap times than these guys, though, by himself. As now Michael Santos, Caleb Hoffman might be having maybe the same problem. He just had a slow lap, 52 seconds. He's not going to pit, so he must have just gotten shoved out of the way or something. But now Michael Santos maybe a shove from the 8 or something. I don't know, but he got shoved out of the way. 4 laps to go. Tony Vieira still leading. Now Zachary Fitzwater falling off of these guys a bit. But Tilton and Tringali are on their game. Now Tilton's going to end up going a little wide into that turn. You can't really do that. It's just the wrong part of the track to get close to somebody's back bumper. As Vieira continuing the lead. 3 laps to go. Now Jim Morton III running a better lap than these guys. Santos up to 29th. Where's Caleb Hoffman? Oh, yeah. Duh, he's in 31st. And looks like we're looking through the field here. Chloe Baker kind of catching the 28. Philip Goldberg maybe trying to get around Cameron Gaddu. They're going to come to 2 laps to go, though. And Tony Vieira has had control of this race since he had the pole. This is a really tough track to pass. Oh, Tilton with a huge dive bomb to get close to the back bumper. 2 to go here. Tilton just gained the whole 10th dive bombing the final turn. It looks like Fitzwater did the same thing. So Tilton knows it's time to go. Oh, he might mess up the wrong turn here, though. Oh, yeah, he goes a little wide. There's Tringali. And Tilton basically just did the same thing he did the last time he tried to get him on that turn. Too wide. So Tony Vieira is going to hit the white flag. One lap left here for Tony Vieira, looking for that first Truck Series victory on the season. And it would also be Chevy's 3rd straight win in the series, as Powers won at Daytona and Corando won at Dubai. Tilton maybe any last-ditch efforts here. He's trying to get close. The one thing is for sure, Fitzwater could be the points leader after today's event. As they head through the final turns, coming down the final straight, Tony Vieira got the pole, showed he had a fast truck, was able to hold off charges from Benjamin Tilton. And Tilton with one last dive bomb effort, but Vieira will win the Oreo 200 here at Old Spice. So congratulations to Tony Vieira. Tilton 2nd, Nico Tringali 3rd, Fitzwater 4th, Cameron Gaddu 5th, then Philip Goldberg, Chris Corando, Zachary Rogers, Ace Rogers, and Sam Rogers will round out 10th. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's race. Hopefully there might be a little more passing next time. And we'll see you for the Code Red Series event.